you ever noticed how quickly we can discern ridiculousness in the behavior of others, but how slow we are to see it in our own? And now we're off to the Massey home in Connecticut. The living room, to be exact.
Hope you don't mind my practicing while you're waiting for Mother.
No, go right ahead. I like military marches.
What magazine did you say you were from, Mr. Bowman?
Chic.
Oh. That does it. Well, Mother ought to be home any moment. She's just gone to pick up Maria at the Brown.
Vicky, isn't it my turn to fix dinner tonight?
Yes, Judy. Vicky, you cooked dinner last week. Okay, then I guess I'll do the dishes. That's right. Oh, this is Mr. Bowman. He's waiting for Mother. These are my sisters.
Hello, Judy. Hello, Vicky.
How do you do? Well, I have to fix something for dinner. Make yourself comfortable, Mr. Bowman.
Well, I guess I'll go straighten out the closets. Make yourself comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's my job today, but you can help me. Make yourself comfortable, Mr. Bowman.
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Say,
Oh, excuse me. I'm Click. Is there anything I can do for you?
yes, I'm waiting for Mrs. Massey.
Oh, well, Mother should be back any minute. Sit down, make yourself comfortable. Oh, hi.
Hi. Oh, say, wait a minute. When your mother does get home, tell her that Mr. Bowman from Chic magazine was here, Click. I'll call back later.
I'm Clack.
Oh, well, I thought you said, Click. Well, Click or Clack. I'll be back.
Well, make yourself comfortable. She'll be back in a minute.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's too late to start selling them now, honey.
Just $1 for me,
No,
please.
sweetheart. Now, you have to take your bath for dinner and get all ready, okay? Hurry up.
Mrs. Massey.
Yes.
I'm Neal Bowman from Chic magazine.
Oh? Oh, Mr. Bowman. Perhaps we can make a deal. I'll buy a subscription from you if you'll buy a box of brownie cookies from us.
They're 50 cents.
Fine, I'll buy a box, but I'm not selling subscriptions.
Oh, I see.
Thank you. I'll take my bath now.
Yes, dear. Fine. Would you excuse me for just a moment? I want to see who's taking care of dinner. Just make yourself comfortable, will you?
Judy's whipping it up, and if I make myself any more comfortable, I'll fall asleep.
Oh. Oh, you've met her?
Oh, yes, I've met quite a few. Let me see, it's Judy, Vicky, and Click. Or is it Clack?
Oh, the twins. Well, their real names are Peter and Paul. But somehow or other, they don't think the names that I gave them will be of any help to them if they ever become big recording stars, which is their heart's desire at the moment. Well, yeah, what can I do for you?
Mrs. Massey, Chic's next issue is its 20th anniversary number. And I'm doing an article on some of the people who were in the magazine, please,
Thank you.
20 years ago. And you know what?
What?
You were.
Oh. Well, look at me. Ooh, my modeling days. Oh, no.
What are you knowing? I think it's great.
Oh.
If you ask me, you haven't changed a bit.
Well, that's a very pleasant thing to say, but I'm sorry I can't agree with you.
The article is entitled, What Are They Doing Now? And judging from the traffic going through here today, I'd say you've been doing plenty.
Oh?
Do I get your okay to write about you?
Well, I guess it's okay, yes, but it might turn out to be rather dull.
Well, it won't be dull. I'm writing it.
Oh, well, all right, dear. No, I didn't mean that. I meant that, well, I'm not a very exciting person. I
couldn't say that to look at you.
No,
Mrs.
really, I mean, I just do the ordinary things that the ordinary mother
Don't
does. Yes,
sell
dear.
the ordinary mother
Long
short.
distance for you.
Yeah. Excuse me, please, just a minute. Yes? Well, yes, I'll accept the charges. Marnie? Anything wrong?
It's Marnie, Mr. Bowman.
Marnie? Well, when, honey? Tomorrow. Well, no, honey, all right. We won't plan anything. Yes, dear. Goodbye. That was Marnie. That was Marnie, my daughter in college.
A daughter in college?
Yes.
Wow, you've certainly started your own little population explosion, haven't you?
Well, what did you want, Mother?
She's coming home tomorrow.
Oh, what for, anyway?
She didn't say, dear. She just said she'd explain when she got here.
Well, why not?
Well, perhaps we
I
better
don't know.
continue this
Should
tomorrow, Mrs. Massey, if
Oh.
that's convenient for you.
Well,
Thank you for everything, including the
Well,
brownies.
that's very understanding
So
of you.
long, gang.
Bye. Do you think Marnie flunked?
I bet she did.
Well, now, if she did, and that is it. Remember, you all be kind to your sister. You've all had your share of bad marks now.
Okay, listen. Hey, listen, Mom, we'll be downstairs if you want us, okay?
Yes, dear, fine.
Mother, wouldn't it be awful if she didn't flunk and just plain got kicked out?
Oh, honey. Oh, don't even mention such a thing. Certainly not.
He's dreamy and brainy and an associate professor at college, archaeology. Well, he's been all over to the most wonderful places, Syria and the Amazon and the Sahara Desert.
Well, Marnie, I don't know whether to be relieved that you didn't flunk or upset because you want to get engaged.
But, Mother, there's no reason to be upset. Everyone in class is engaged except for the 4 that are married.
Oh. Well, of course, you can't be the old maid in your class, can you, dear?
Oh, Mother. And he's coming down here next week to make it formal.
Is he? Well, that's good.
Hey, how about that? She's engaged.
You know, I think you look very
Congratulations,
cute
girl.
in a pith helmet and boots digging your way around the world.
Now I can have a room, huh, Mother?
Well, we'll see about that later, honey.
What do you mean, Marty?
To the party. Rock Hudson or Ben King?
Yes?
I'm here.
Oh, Mr. Bowman. Look, if we're going to talk, we're going to have to go someplace else. Marnie, honey, would you please? Mr. Bowman, this is my daughter, Marnie.
Hello.
She's just gotten herself engaged.
Oh, congratulations.
Sweetie, we're going to go down to Mitzi's tea room because we want to be able to talk in peace, all right? If you want me, call me there. Bye, dear.
Bye-bye.
It's on every Tuesdays that Judy and Beaky do volunteer work at the hospital.
Good. Tell me something about that.
Of course, I was 17 when I was engaged. Then I think girls were older for their age in my day than they are today, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry. How would you know?
Well, I do think it's better for a young girl to be engaged rather than running off and eloping.
Yes, I think you're right about that.
The hospital on Tuesdays.
Of course, you can be engaged and then finish school and then get married, right?
Oh, yes. Back to the hospital.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I should be answering your questions instead of asking them of you. I'm sorry. Now, the hospital.
That's all right. I understand. It isn't every day that a daughter becomes engaged.
No, it certainly isn't.
Boy, you're going to be a Lulu of a grandmother.
Grandmother. Oh, that is going to be fun. Well, anyway, back to the hospital. All right,
Oh,
now,
yes.
on Tuesdays...
Mother, excuse me. Excuse me. You're wanted at home.
Is anything wrong?
Well, it's all according to how you look at it. He's here.
Who's here?
Oh, Robert Melton, Marnie's intended.
He is? What's he like?
I think you better judge for yourself.
Oh. Well, could we continue this some other time?
Of course,
Mr. Bowman?
Mrs. Massey. You go right ahead.
I don't like to run out, but I...
That's all right. I'll call you. I think I have as much as I can start with. How about if I call you on Tuesdays? If you're not at the hospital.
So with the foundation sending me to Pakistan, I feel that Marnie and I should get married sooner than we'd planned on.
Well, otherwise, we'll have to wait a whole year.
Yes, dear, I know, but... look, this is all so fast, Mr. Melton.
Robert.
I'm sorry, Robert, yes. You see, I was only prepared for an engagement. Now it's Pakistan.
Mother, it wouldn't take us long to arrange things. We could have it right here and just a small wedding.
Listen, sweetie, give me a minute to catch my breath, huh? Look, why don't we talk about it later? I'll just tell Ellen to put another place on the table. Oh, you will stay for dinner, won't you, Robert?
Thank you.
Good.
I know how you must feel, Mrs. Massey. This is unexpected.
Yes, it is. Very unexpected. You look nice, boys.
Thanks, Mom. Hi. Well.
Ellen, put another place on the table, will you?
Are we losing our girl or gaining a son?
I don't know. What do you think of him?
I haven't seen him. What does he do for a living?
He's an archaeologist.
It means nothing to me. He digs. Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with a laboring man.
Oh, no, never mind. Tell you later.
I hope I don't have to get all of their approval.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that.
I would not if I were you, Robert. Majority rules in this house, right?
I like him.
There, you see, you have one vote already.
He looks like Grandpa.
Oh, Maria. Why are we all standing? Why don't we sit down? Robert? And, get the door, will you please, Paul? Now.
Mother and Clack, remember?
All right, Clack, get the door. Now, about Pakistan, that sounds
Mr.
nice.
Bowman.
What, dear? Oh.
I missed my train, Mrs. Massey, and I wonder if you'd like to have dinner with me tonight.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but we have company.
Oh.
Mr. Melton, I'd like you to meet Mr. Bowman.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Why don't you join us?
Well, thanks, I will.
Good, Ellen. Dear, why don't you fix the gentleman a drink?
May I help you? I guess one more wouldn't make any difference in this house, would it?
No, it certainly wouldn't. Ellen, put another place on the table, would you please?
Be easier if Maria ate with me.
Okay, that's all right.
Congratulations. You make such a cute couple.
Ellen, you've made a slight mistake. Mr. Melton is Marnie's intended.
Oh.
I wanted to take Mrs. Massey out, but she asked me to stay. I'm her dinner partner.
Oh.
Now we both have partners, don't we, dear? Well, shall we? Oh, thank you.
Good night, Mrs. Massey. Don't forget I owe you a dinner now.
Oh, thank you. I hope we accomplished something this evening.
We did very well.
Good.
You did better than we did. We didn't settle on the date.
Well, we'll work it out, Robert. And thank you so much for coming.
Good night, Mrs. Massey.
I'll walk you to the car, Robert.
Yes, dear.
I'll be with you in a minute, Bob. I just have one more question to ask Mrs. Massey.
I thought you covered just about everything.
Oh, not quite. Mrs. Massey, I have a couple of tickets to the new George Abbott show tomorrow night. How about taking it in?
Oh, no, I don't think so. You see, Marnie and I have so many things to talk about. After all, it isn't every day that a woman's daughter gets married.
I guess not. I just thought we could see the show, tie up the loose ends of the article, you know, mix business with pleasure.
Now, don't you think those loose ends could be tied up over the telephone just as well?
Whatever you say.
That's what I thought. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Bowman. Well, Mother, what do you think of Robert?
Well, I don't know exactly, dear.
Well, of course you don't. How could you? You were more concerned with Mr. Bowman all evening. You don't seem to be a bit interested in whom your daughter's going to marry.
Now, you know that's not so, Marnie.
Yes, it is, Mother.
Marnie? Marnie? I just came in to tell you, honey, that I think Robert is very, very nice.
You mean it?
Yes, I mean it. But, I really am more concerned with your happiness, honey, and I think that, well, what I'm trying to say is, Marnie, I think Robert is a little too old for you, that's all.
I knew you'd say that. But, Mother, we're in love, and I want to marry him.
Look, I don't doubt that he's in love with you. How could he help but be? But I really don't think you're enough in love with him. I mean, it could be that some of your school friends are engaged and married, and you just want to join the group. You feel left out. Oh, honey, this is the big step in your life. You don't want to make a mistake.
I won't be, Mother. I know I won't be.
Well, don't you think he seems a little set in his ways? And certainly his circle of friends is different than yours.
But, Mother, that doesn't make any difference.
Well, it could, dear. It could make a great deal of difference later on. Look, it's just that I don't want you to be sorry.
I won't be, Mother. I know I won't be.
I can't stop you, can I? But I can advise you, Marnie. And I think that you ought to take a second look at what you're doing.
Mother, I knew what I was doing from the very first look.
Well, I hope so. Good night, dear.
Good night.
Ellen, what do you think?
She's too young for him.
I agree. She seems determined. You know how young people are. The more we're against something, the more they're for it.
You've always been able to talk sense to Marnie.
Mm-hmm. But when you're 18 and in love, sense is the one word you drop from your vocabulary. Oh, we'll have chops. Is that all right with you, Marnie? Would you like chops for tonight,
You
honey?
don't have to change the subject, Mother. I know you were talking about me.
You think you're the only topic of conversation in this house, young lady?
At the moment, I am. Suppose no one approves of Robert, but you'll all get used to it.
Oh, of course we will. We will have chops tonight, all right?
Okay.
We could have set the date last night if that Mr. Bowman hadn't been here.
Oh.
He spoiled everything.
Honey, that's not so. simply has his job to do for his magazine, and he just wanted to get his article finished, that's all.
Massey residence.
Mrs. Massey.
Oh, just a minute. It's that Mr. Bowman again.
Again?
He called while you were in the shower.
Oh.
If you ask me, I think he's smitten on your mother.
Oh, Ellen, Mother's too old for him. That's ridiculous.
Good morning, Mr. Bowman. How are you this bright and beautiful morning?
Just fine. Say, I hate to see these tickets go to waste tonight.
Yes, so do I really do. I'll meet you at the theater.
Well, how about dinner before?
Oh, that's even better. At 7?
All right.
Fine, I'll see you then. Bye. Ellen, I'm going to dinner in the theater with Mr. Bowman tonight. You don't mind, do you, Marnie?
Oh, no, I don't mind.
Well, anyway, don't count on me being here. I've got things to do right now.
If you ask me, Mother's smitten with Mr. Bowman.
How'd you happen to change your mind about tonight, Mrs. Massey?
Well, actually, my daughter Marnie changed it for me.
Good for her.
Thank you. See, frankly, it's sort of a little experiment of mine. Well, I mean, she thinks that you're too young for me to go out with, and it just might make her realize that Robert is too old for her to marry. Now, this might sound a little odd to you, but I wonder, would you mind dating me for a while?
Are you kidding?
No, no. Oh, I mean, it's purely a business arrangement. I mean, we could split the expenses and things like that, you know.
Oh, I'd be delighted to go along with your little gag.
Oh, thank you.
And as long as we're going to be in business together, let's not be so formal. How about my calling you Christine?
That's a deal, Neal.
I like it.
I didn't mean that. It's silly. Anyway, this is very nice of you. Come in. Oh, hi, dear.
Mother, I spoke to Robert and we're getting married next month.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You mean it's all right?
Certainly.
Gosh, I thought you'd have more to say.
Why?
Yeah, that's right. Why? Did you have a nice time?
Oh, yeah, a perfectly charming time. Neal is such a nice boy. You know, he's amusing, he's funny. We laughed all night long.
I'm going back to school tomorrow morning. I'll let you know the exact date.
Well, that'll be fine, dear. That'll work in perfectly with my plans. Because Neal is coming up tomorrow afternoon, and we're going someplace for dinner. He hasn't said exactly where
Mother,
yet, but it'll be someplace for
don't
what?
you think he's a bit young to be escorting you around town?
I never thought of it. We've never discussed ages.
Talk about second looks. I think you should take one. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Wow, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Breathtaking.
I don't know how this is going to work with Marnie away at school.
Oh, you forget she has brothers and sisters.
No?
Thank you. Good night, Ellen.
Good night.
I found the most wonderful place for dinner.
Yes?
Where did you see it?
Thank
You think this is going to work?
I guess he's going to have to.
I have a feeling we're being watched.
Oh, all of them?
All of them.
Well, then, here goes. Would you mind kissing me goodnight?
You're the boss. I'm just the employee.
Well, I'm the boss. You don't have to work overtime. Good night. Good night, Neal.
Good night.
Yes.
See you tomorrow.
Yes.
Marnie, you've got to come home and talk to her. It's your responsibility. You're the oldest. You've got to come and talk to her.
Mother, it's absolutely ridiculous. It just makes no sense.
Well, I'm just going out with him.
Well, Mother, it just isn't right. And the other kids don't think so either. They wouldn't have called me.
Oh, they telephoned you?
Yes, they did.
Well, honey, we're not thinking of getting married.
Well, I should hope not. That would be as big a mistake as if I married Mr. Melton.
Yes?
Yes, Mother.
You're not going to marry him?
No, Mother.
What made you change your mind, dear?
Well, I don't know. I think it had something to do with your going out with Mr. Bowman.
Oh, I see. Well, there was something I think you're right. I was ridiculous. I want to thank you. I want to thank you very much for making me see the light.
Oh, Mother, I love you.
I love you too, darling. You're an awful sweet. Oh, I'll get it. I'll be up in a minute. Oh.
Hi.
Good morning, Mr. Bowman.
What's with a Mr. bit? It's Neal boy.
Oh, I have wonderful news for you, Neal boy. It's worked. We don't have to see each other anymore. She is not going to marry Robert. And, oh, I want to thank you for everything. You've been just wonderful
Well,
about
thank
this.
you very much, but I've got some news for you.
Oh?
Last night, when I kissed you, I realized something. You know what? I'm nuts about you. I'm gone on you, Chris, real gone. I never met anyone like you before in my life.
Oh, Neal, you must be kidding.
I'm not kidding. And don't tell me I've been drinking either. I had a malt for lunch, but this is from my heart. I'm madly in love with you, Chris, and I want you to marry me.
But you're kidding.
I mean it. Will you marry me?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, for one reason, I'm too old for you.
Who cares about that?
I do.
Oh.
You must be kidding.
No, I'm not.
Did you hear the news? Marnie's not going to get married.
Yes, dear, I
Like
know.
somebody else might, though.
What's going on?
Don't be dumb, Marnie. He's proposing.
Kids, you've got a great mother, and I'd like to be part of this family. It is stimulating.
It sure is.
You're not going to turn me down, are you, Christine?
But would you young folks mind leaving us alone for a minute? Now, Neal boy, you just listen to Mother. Hmm?
All right, Mother. I agree with you about Marnie and Robert. But with us, it's different.
No, it isn't. Not really different. You're not really in love with me any more than Marnie was really in love with Robert. Oh, look, it was just a new kind of experience for both of you. And believe me, it wouldn't have worked out happily in either case. Oh, Neal, marriage is too sacred a thing to be sorry for later.
It could work with us, Mrs. Massey.
Well, Mr. Bowman, I know one day you're going to find someone who will say yes to you.
Oh, I know that. Helen and Eloise did.
Helen and Eloise?
Yes, my 2 ex-wives. But if I had met you...
Your
Chris,
ex-wives?
Well, yes.
Oh, that did it. Get
Wait
out
a
of
minute,
here.
wait a minute.
Out,
Give me a chance to explain.
Out.
It could have worked out. It
It could not, and you got out.
No golf, even?
No golf, even. Oh. Oh, yes. Little minx. You've been eavesdropping.
Does this mean I have to break up with Tommy?
Oh, I guess not, dear, no. But just be sure that you make it a long engagement, will you?
Mommy, I will.
That's a good girl. I would say about 15-year engagement. The wise parent guides the child by actions, not lectures. Well, good night. And we'll see you next week.